Though again, in the last segment, two lovers of truth from Ireland, Martin Merriman and John May, were staying 5 days with Peter Gregerson and Ray Franz in Gadsden, Alabama. Now we're going to attempt to contact the governing body, seeking an interview with at least some of the members of the governing body. Ray goes on, the following morning they phoned Lyman Swingle, the current chairman of the body that year. When John May introduced himself, the chairman replied, "I know who you are. You're the man who spent 5 days with disfellowshipped and disassociated persons. So now you're the knight in shining armor riding a white horse across the Atlantic to set matters straight?" Martin says that from the look on John's face, knowing his poetic nature, he could almost hear John say to himself, "I never thought of myself that way, but that sounds very beautiful." John, however, simply replied that he and Martin would very much like to convey to the governing body what they knew of matters, things that might be helpful to the body to aid them to understand the feelings of many in Ireland. He invited Swingle to phone the branch office in Ireland to find out what sort of men they were, that they had not come to create trouble, but simply wanted answers to honest questions in order to help the brothers back home. He was told, "Put it in writing." He continued to urge that they be heard, but each time the reply was, "Put it in writing." Martin then spoke, saying, "I can't believe that you're saying this, that you won't meet with us. If I go home and tell my brothers and sisters back in Ireland that you won't meet with us, the governing body won't meet with us, they'll call me a liar. In Ireland we go to the doors and brag to people that they can't get in to see their bishop, but that we can meet with our governing body." He was told, "It's unprecedented." Martin responded, "Well, Brother Swingle, may I respectfully bring to your attention what it says in Acts chapter 15, that Paul and Barnabas went up to Jerusalem to meet with the governing body." The reply was, "So now you're Paul and Barnabas?" Martin expressed himself as hurt by the attitude taken. Again the reply was, "Put it in writing." After about 20 minutes, Martin then told the governing body chairman, 14 years ago, I was a Roman Catholic. Jehovah's Witnesses came to see me. They raised questions in my life that I couldn't answer. So I went along to the priest, the parish priest. He said, 'Well, come in and sit down.' And he gave me tea and biscuits. Now, he couldn't answer any of me questions, Brother Swingle, but at least he paid me the courtesy of sitting down and talking to me. Brother Swingle, I'm not going to ask you to meet with me. I'm not telling you to meet with me. I'm begging you to meet with me, because I am now at the crossroads again that I was 14 years ago. I'm confused. I am disturbed, and I simply want my shepherds to help me." The response to this plea? Put it in writing. Martin says he was extremely hurt, felt like saying many things, but he says that instead, "I wished him Jehovah's blessing, said I would certainly pray for him, for I felt that he did need prayer with an attitude like that, being an elder and having that attitude." They left their phone number with the chairman and waited. 3 days passed and no call came, so they took their flight back to Shannon, Ireland, feeling, as they put it, stunned, and with a feeling of disbelief at what they had heard. Their whole world seemed so gloomy, for they had not wanted to hear what they heard, nor to believe that things were as they had actually found them to be. Recall the Canadian Public Relations representative's statement that, quote, "We don't dictate from headquarters. We have a very open organization that allows for a great deal of individuality," unquote. Compare that with what resulted to these two Irish witnesses. So now we're about spring of 1982 still, and Ray goes on, 1 week after their return, a visit to the branch office in Ireland was scheduled, and Lloyd Barry of the governing body arrived to carry out the assignment. Martin and John thought he might arrange to talk with them, to discuss their questions with them. He did not. But he did do something. He put in motion the judicial operations in Ireland. The following week, John and Martin were contacted by the branch office requesting that they meet with the branch committee. Their trip to America was the subject of considerable questioning. The upshot of the meeting was that the branch committee asked them not to discuss with others what they had heard in the United States. In the next segment, what will the society do about these Irish troubles?